What's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here with PickDawgz Morning Show on this beautiful money-making Sunday. You know the drill, man. We're live 365 just to let you guys know our thoughts, opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. NFL Sunday, man. My favorite day of the week. I love NFL Sunday, man. It's nothing better. Nothing better than the NFL Sunday. I got a great crew of guys with me here, man. We're finna break them down. We got 2 WNBA playoff games today, and Major League Baseball winding on down as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit towards the end. Chris, good morning, sir. How are you this morning?
Yeah, doing okay. A little bit of a surly mood this morning. I'm not feeling too hot, but it was just I can never have a complete college football Saturday. Start out hot, finish cold. Start cold, finish hot. It's just like it can never just be consistent the entire day. But that's fine. Come back at it today. Looking at today's NFL card, I think there's definitely some great spots to take advantage of, make some money, and finish the week strong. So ready to make everybody some money today.
Let's do it. Hot Rod Zawacki, good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing good. No complaints here. It's a little chilly. Getting acclimatized to the fall weather around here is the 50-degree drop. But yesterday's action, hey, look at Memphis outright winner. Can't complain with that one. Big game for them. It was their Super Bowl and got the job done. Illinois, Illinois might be in trouble offensively moving forward, but defense still around. Don't let that number fool you. But definitely can't complain. 5-3 day for me. Hit the best bet with Michigan in that back and forth battle. But hey, they pulled away with the win. Can't complain. On to today. Love today's action. Looking to stay hot like we did last week. Nice week last week in the NFL. So we're going to continue that right here into this one. I think there's some great spots this week to make us some money. So let's get to it.
Let's do it. What's happening, Brad? How you doing?
What is going on? Man, roller coaster day yesterday. A lot of ups and downs, but hey, we get to do it all over again today. So I'm ready to break down these games.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. I was 3-2 yesterday. So I dropped my best bet though. I had Nebraska. I thought that was the spot. Thought they finally beat a ranked team. Trash. But overall,
they battled. Definitely battled in all their.
They did battle. They supposed to win that though. So it was cool. On to today. Man, I'm ready to break it down. Let me load this up. Get ready to put the polls up for you, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So on Sundays, fellas, we go game by game. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get it done?
Definitely.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We start our day in Minnesota, where the Vikings are 3-point home favorites, total 41.5. Franchise, what we doing? Start today.
Every play note today. If there's spots that I don't have a good feeling for, I'm gonna tell people this is one that I didn't have a good feeling for just because it's got to battle the backups. But in this situation, I think I would rather just have 3 points in their back pocket. And we already saw Jake Browning be able to lead the Bengals in that game against the Jaguars. Still seen plenty of experience. And I think that the Bengals are still alive in this game. I'm just still not sold on the Vikings. Like I said, I don't want to be laying a field goal with them at home here. So I'll lean towards the Bengals plus the points.
All right, Zawacki, how you feeling?
Yeah, definitely not my favorite game on the slate, but I'm going to lean to an under here. I think you're going to have the battle of the backups, as Chris alluded to. It's going to be Wentz going for Minnesota. So it's game management time for these backups. Keep it simple for both these teams. Run the ball, maybe make some passes, but I just don't see this turning into a shootout. I like the under here. I think we see some long, sustained drives from these two teams, and they result in a few more field goals and touchdowns in this matchup. Total's already starting to drop. I still like the under. Give me the under 41.5 here in this matchup.
Fair enough. Brett, how we feeling?
Yeah. I'm not touching this one either, but I'm kind of with Chris. I'd rather have the 3 points here. I mean, Jake Browning, at least he got some work last week where Carson Wentz will be coming into this one pretty fresh. So Jake Browning, just force the ball to Jamar Chase. I think that'll be enough to keep this one close. I could see the Vikings, kicking a field goal at the end and kind of a gross, ugly game. So I don't know, man. Like I said, don't love it, but I lean the Bengals plus the points.
I'm gonna lean towards Minnesota at home. I just think they're the more complete team. The Bengals are a swag team. They're Joe Burrow and his receivers. And, you just pray the offense can do enough to outscore everybody. Without him, Jake Browning, he's not bad. He's not terrible, but he's not good either. And what we do know is the Minnesota defense is good. And at home, I think they can do enough to carry. I'm not in love with the quarterback situation here for Minnesota, but in that same breath, we got a good sample size of Brody under center. It hasn't been pretty the last few times we saw him, but I just got a gut feeling Minnesota's to play here. I'm going to lean towards the Vikings skull at home at the crib. Let's see what the community did, man. Let's see what they feeling here in this one. They like the split 50-50. It is 50-50 exactly on this one. So no advantage really in this one. That's crazy. Vikings, Bengals. I feel like that's been the consensus through everybody I've talked to throughout the week. No heavy leans either way. Line's probably exactly where it should be. We'll see how it plays out on the field. Let's keep it rolling. Next game up, we are heading over to Chris's favorite team, the Patriots. They're at home at the crib, 2-point dogs, total 44.5. Rod, you're up first here. How you feeling?
Yeah, for me here in this matchup, you look at, I kind of lean to New England here in this matchup. I think it's a tough spot for the Steelers to roll. I think Drake May has himself a pretty good game here for this Patriots squad. I think their defense able to slow things up of the Steelers. You look what the Steelers do running the ball. They're not so good at running the ball either. So we know this New England defense definitely can slow up the run. Going to have to be Aaron Rodgers using his arm to beat this New England defense. And I think Drake May's doing the same. So give me the over here. 43.5. It opened up 44.5. I think both offenses can get moving because we're going to see the passing game in both of these teams excel because that's what their defenses are weak at. You look, New England's defense giving up 9.5 yards per passing attempt. Well, the Steelers giving up 8.9 yards per passing attempt. So I'll take the over in this game. I think we see plenty of offense. I'm also going to take Drake May over his passing yards of 222.5. It's a little high for his number normally, but in this spot, they're going to have to use his arm to be able to beat the Steelers. So give me the Drake May over passing yards and over in this game.
All right, how we feeling?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Steelers here. The problem with the Steelers so far this season has been their defense, but I mean that defense has so many talented guys on it. I feel like they're gonna figure it out at some point, and I think this could be a good spot for it. Steelers coming off a really bad loss last week at home, whereas the Patriots, they're coming off a nice win against the Dolphins, but that's the Dolphins we're talking about. Let's not forget about the week before where the Raiders went in there into New England, and they only put up 13 points against that Raiders defense. So I'm not bought in on this Patriots team yet, and I think the Steelers, after a tough loss, are going to come in here and pick up a win.
I agree with Brad. I like the Steelers in this one. I think their defense gets better as as the season goes by. If you've been here, I'm a big believer in Mike Tomlin. Aaron Rodgers has looked serviceable this season. Nothing that scares me. I don't fear Drake May in this Patriots offense. It's Steelers for me here in this one. Again, the only thing that scares me is some of the defensive numbers for the Steelers thus far this season, but I'm expecting them to get better as the season progresses. So I'm going to lean towards Pittsburgh, laying the 2. Chris, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm taking the under in this one. I don't trust these offenses just yet. And let's face this, Aaron Rodgers now becoming the king of the check down. The Patriots defense, they've got a new aggressive profile under Mike Vrabel. I mean, they lead the league in sacks, 4.5 sacks per game so far this season. I think they're going to get after Aaron Rodgers here. On the other side, though, I mean, the Patriots, I think they're going to have a hard time protecting Drake May here. I think the Steelers pass rush is going to get home. I see this 2017, whichever way you have it going. So I'm on the under in this one.
Fair enough. They told me I say that too much. I need to stop. The poll.
Fair enough. Tattooed on your forehead.
The
We all have those words.
60-40. 60% of the people out there are on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steel curtain. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Next up, we head to Jacksonville. Got the Jags 1.5 point home favorites. Total 44. Brad wins bets. What we doing?
Yeah, it's Texans money line for me all day. Texas coming off a brutal Monday night loss. A lot of people are talking about this Texans team not being able to run the ball. Let's be real, man. They played the Rams defensive line that is elite, and then they played a Bucs team that's really good at stopping the run. They're going to be able to run the ball in this game. This Jaguars defense is toast. We saw Jake Browning, torch him at the end of that game last week. And I just think the Texans have actually a really good defense. So I don't understand this line. I think this is a lot of people overreacting to the Texans' first 2 losses of the season. But I think this is when they come into Jacksonville and pick up a win here.
I'm on the Texans. I'm going to play it safe and just grab a point. One thing me and Chris discussed earlier on in the week, he came on, gave me the stat of the week. Underdogs in this division last year, 11-1 ATS. It's just to play to grab the points. And I agree with a lot of what Brad said. I don't think that I'm not mad at the Texans, or I'm not downgrading them because of 2 tough losses. I honestly think they hold on there last week and win that football game. They would be minus 2.5 point favorites in this game. So I kind of agree with Brad. A little overreaction. I'm still not sold on the Jags. I think Stroud has a bounce back game. If you give me points in here in the AFC South, I'm gonna grab them. Chris, how you feeling?
Yep, stole my thunder. Exactly. I'm taking the Texans here. I congrats Jacksonville. I'll say full disclosure, I'm high on the Jaguars this season. I have this as a 10-win team, could potentially win the division. I think Liam Cohen's going to really do things here in Jacksonville, but even then, a 10-win team is still going to lose 7 times. And, I think the Jaguars lose this game. The Houston Texans have had their number. Congrats, Jacksonville. You beat Jake Browning and Bryce Young. Cool. But the Texans are a better team than what we've seen so far. Like Brad said, it's just been bad luck in a couple of their early season performances. I mean, yeah, they couldn't get much going against the Rams, and then you lose that heartbreaker to Tampa Bay. I don't know. So I'm gonna roll with roll the Texans here. They didn't beat Jake Brown, but still those are the 2 quarterbacks you've gone up against, and CJ Stroud's going to be the best of the bunch.
Zawacki.
And for me in this one, I'm going to go the other way. I like the Jags here in this spot. Jags defense has been pretty good all season long. They'll slow up that run of the Texans. They found it in the first couple of games, holding teams to 3.8 yards per rush. And then through the air, they've done it pretty well, holding teams to a 57% completion rate and only 5.6 yards per pass. So give it to the Jags defense, been pretty good. Their offense, it's always a work in progress for that Jags offense. It is what it is. Lawrence only hitting on 58.9% of his completions. And then you look at the Texans, they're pretty beat up on that offensive side of things. Defense has definitely taken some beatings as well, but you look what that defense does in that secondary, and that secondary has given up 68% completion rate on their passes and given up 10 yards per catch. Like, man, that's a lot of yards per catch. I think the Jags are able to pick apart this Houston defense and finally end that streak. And the Jags get the win here in this one. Give it to Jags.
Fair enough. I said it again. Damn it. All right. Let's see what the folks did. The community huge on the Texans. And this one, 71% of the people out there are on the Texans, just 29% on the Jags, about 115 votes on that one. Keep it rolling. Next up, we head to Cleveland. This is for you. I'm up first here. Packers have looked like one of the best teams in the NFL through 2 weeks. Ugly play. I'm grabbing the points with the Browns. Do I love it? No. Do I think it's the right play? Like the right handicap play? Yes. Does the right handicap play win every time? No. That's why I probably won't be betting this one, because based on what we have seen on the field, the Packers are significantly better than the Browns. But I think that hook on the 7 looms really large. You get the Pack out of Lambeau on the road in Cleveland. I think Cleveland will be able to run the football a little bit. Kind of play ball control a little bit with Flacco. It's not nothing I love, y'all. I just feel like it's one of those ugly hold your nose spots and grab the points with the home dog. So getting over a touchdown. Would it shock me if the Packers blew them out? No, it wouldn't. Again, they have looked like probably the best team through 2 weeks, but it's also kind of time to fade some of those teams laying big numbers. So that's kind of my thought process. Chris, what are you thinking here?
I don't love the hook on the 7. I do want to take the Packers, but I think the better play for me is just to roll here, take a shot on Josh Jacobs, 2+ touchdowns at +330. I just think, you're going to want to either get the ball out of Jordan Love's hands quick so he doesn't get eaten alive by Myles Garrett, or try to run the football down Cleveland's throats here. And I think that, the Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown, there's just, you can take it at -164, and that's fine. But I'm going to roll with the 2+ touchdowns, try to get some plus money out of it, +330.
To me, this is just, I don't like being on the survivor play. And I think the 2 heaviest survivor plays this week are Packers and Seahawks. One of them games going to be close for no reason. And I kind of got the gut feeling it's this one. So I'm just telling y'all my thoughts. Zwacky, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, hey, it's Cleveland. It's one of those games. It's you got to come into the dog pound and try to beat them down. Well, Cleveland defense is pretty solid, as always. Holding teams to 2.1 yards per rush. Green Bay's defense, no slouches either. They're holding teams to 2.4 yards per rush. So running the ball, good luck today for either of these squads. That defense will plug up those holes and make it very difficult to run the ball. So we're going to have to see these QBs throw it. And then if you look at defensive-wise, Cleveland was pretty good at holding down that pass, only giving up about 5.6 yards per attempt. Guess what? Green Bay does the same, 4.7 yards per attempt defensively. So I think this is a defensive battle. I'm going to focus on this first half. I see 21 is the total in this first half. I think we see some drives that move, and we see some drives that end in field goals. I'm going to take the under 21 first half here in this one. Low scoring game between these two teams.
I kind of like that. I kind of really like that. First half under. Packers come out kind of flat. Everybody think they just supposed to come in and roll, and kind of like that, right? I think that's the way I would kind of want to attack that too. Under first half. Brad, what's your thoughts here on this one, my man?
Yep, I'm with you guys. I'm going to take the 7.5 here with the Browns. I mean, the Packers, big game against the Lions, win that. Then you're on prime time against the Commanders, win that. Well, now you're going into Cleveland. It just seems like a bit of a sleepy spot. Also, we see a total of 41.5 here. I mean, laying that many points with this low of a total, always a bit sketchy to me. I think this is a 23-16 win from the Packers, but ultimately the Browns will get the cover.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, and then it's a sandwich spot. It is. I don't care what y'all say. Next week, Sunday night football, they play them boys. So could be a little sleepy spot here for the Packers. Some say that doesn't exist. I get their argument for it. Spots and situations, man. Spots and situations. We'll see. Let's see what the community thinks of this one. Let's see if they agree with us. They do not. 66% of them are on the Packers laying the points. About 120 votes in that one. Interesting.
I saw on Twitter that the Packers are the most bet team this weekend.
Doesn't shock me.
Yeah.
Doesn't shock me whatsoever. Colts. Titans. Colts laying 4.5. Total 43.5. It's only fitting that Chris is up first here for Indiana Jones. Chris, you taking my man on the road or what?
We did the NFL show together, right?
Oh, yeah, we did. I already know what you on here.
Daniel Jones turns into a pumpkin here. Give me the Titans. Give me the points. Maybe sprinkle on Titans money line. The thing is, I mean, I've been impressed with Cam Ward. I think he is going to show some, continued improvement. And, it's hard for me to really, just give the Colts the flat out benefit of the doubt here, considering it's going to be their first road game. And, we alluded to it earlier. Home division dogs in the AFC South last year, 11-1 against the spread. This is just always a competitive division. So I think that if the Colts win, they're going to win an ugly game like 19-17, something like that. But I think the points are the way to go here.
Chris, on the Tennessee Titans. What you doing, Rod?
Definitely not my favorite game on the slate here. I don't want to lay 5 with the Colts on the road because we all know how that goes. Oh, those Colts. No, I don't want to lay 5 with the Colts, right? That Colts.
Coach.
I'd have to lean to the grabbing the points with the home team, but the problem is the home team hasn't covered in 9 straight here at Nissan Stadium. So they may be trying to end that streak too. So it hasn't been good for the Titans at home. So I no play, lean to the Titans to get that cover and finally end that non-cover streak at home.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. It's a lean, but I'll.
Oh no.
I feel like Jay would say, you're asking for it. You're asking for it. So
you froze, Brad, and we didn't hear a lot of what you said.
Oh, true. I said lay in 4.5 with Daniel Jones on the road. I said this is a Jay saying you're asking for it. You're asking for it. So the Colts have looked good. If they win and cover this one, I'll tip my cap. Great for them. But if I had to play this game, I'll take the 4.5.
Again, Brad, I agree, man. I think if you now hold on, let me preface this the right way. I am still the president right now of the Indiana Jones fan club. Full season, I believe.
interim president.
That's fair.
You weren't there last year.
That's fair. I believe in him full season. Spots and situations, though, I think this is a spot to fade the Colts. I'm going to take the Titans plus the points. We kind of talked about the ATS stat from the division last year earlier. 11-1 last year were the underdogs ATS in this division. The other thing, the Colts have been fortunate to play their first 2 games at home. He's been sheltered in the dome. Dolphins are not a great team. And while they did play really well against a solid Broncos defense last week, I'm not as high on the Broncos as a lot of other people are. So I think first game out on the road, you get them out of the dome, kind of a little uncomfortable spot. Titans, I've watched a good amount of the Titans this year, and they're better than you would think, man. They are. They just make stupid, dumb mistakes at times. That's frustrating. But I liked how Tennessee looked in week 1 against Denver. Last week, I loved how they looked first half. Second half, that's a different story against the Rams. But if they can replicate what they did in that first half last week, I think they got a legitimate chance to win this game outright at home. That Colts, that coach. Just knew we weren't going to win. It was going to be the worst beat I ever had. Like, y'all know what it is with those Colts, man. Just when you fall in love with them and you think, okay, here they go, is when they lay an egg. And I think this is the lay an egg spot. We'll be back on them. This is still my hype train team of the year. But I don't mean I take them every single week. And I think this is just a good week to fade them. So give me the Titans. Remember the Titans. Let's get it done. Let's see what the community did here in this one. They are not listening to us. I'm kidding. It's 57% of them are on the Colts, 43% on the Titans, about 140 votes on that poll. Should be a good one. We'll keep it rolling. Next game up, we head to Philadelphia. Arguably game of the day. Would y'all say this is the game of the day?
I mean, Chargers Broncos is pretty good. I would say it's about a tie between those, though.
What's the current line? Is it 3 or 3.5?
I think it's 3.5.
I think you can find both.
Yeah, 3.5.
All right, I'm gonna put 3.5 on the poll. Rod, you're up first, my man. How we feeling?
For me here in this one, you get that hook. I kind of like the Rams here, looking to get their revenge from last year's playoff matchup. I'm looking to bet on Stafford early. I don't want to be dealing with him later on in the season. He's getting up there in age. After he takes a bit more of a beating in a few more weeks, I don't know. I think I want to sell my stock on Stafford as the season goes along. But here in this matchup, we've seen this Rams defense be pretty good. The offense, with Stafford's been rolling along as well. We know what the Eagles do. They're just doing the same old Eagles type of stuff. But give me that hook in a game that I think comes right down to the wire. I want the 3.5 here in my pocket. It's just one of those things. We know the Rams are going to come in here and give it all they got. So give me the 3.5. I think they got a shot to come in and hand the Eagles their first loss of the year as well.
Yeah, for this one, I see why people are on the Rams. I mean, Eagles coming off that win against the Chiefs could be a letdown spot. We all know the Rams have a great run defense. That's what the Eagles like to do, but I'm going to take the Eagles here. I'm going to take the Birds. Try to get it at 3, though. 3.5, I don't like it as much. I could definitely see a 3-point win from the Eagles here, but I mean, I just think the Eagles are the far better team. I still really don't trust Stafford out of a dome. You know, he's just not really a great outside quarterback. So I think the Eagles have the edge here. Probably a game I'm going to stay away from because I think it is going to be close and competitive, but I just don't want to fit the Eagles at home, only getting 3 points. So give me the Birds.
Give me the Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly. there's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough to not take the Eagles, man. I think the talking point of their offense and stuff has gotten kind of overdrawn. They're 2-0. They beat a good Cowboys team in a tough competitive game to start the season, and they beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are 0-2 right now, but remember, the Chiefs are still 19-4, like last. You know what I mean? So in KC too. That's the first time KC has been a dog at home in a minute. So it's like to go into KC and get a win, bro. And these two teams played twice last year. I know the Rams somewhat competed with them in the the playoff game, but they lost. They lost in the regular season. Then they get blown out. It's just not enough, man. It's not enough to fade Philadelphia right now. I'm sticking with the Eagles. I hate to say it, but give me Philly. Chris, how you feeling?
Under. I think that the story for both these teams has been defense this season, especially the Eagles, who, let's face it, I mean, like you said, I mean, they haven't looked like world beaters offensively out of the gate. That's not to say they have a bad offense. It just means that it hasn't gotten, fully clicking right out of the gate. But what they have been doing is they've been holding the Chiefs to 17. They held the Cowboys to 20. They won the same kind of way in each of the first two games. And I think it could easily be the same kind of way here. I mean, I'm seeing 44.5, 45.5 in the markets. I think this game falls close to that total. I think this line is pretty much bang on. I have it 23-20 or 24-20, whichever way you have it going. So I'm going to take the under in this one.
Swack.
I started this one.
You started this one? All right, my bad, sir.
I did.
All right, let's see what the people doing. The people on the birds, but it's slight. About 155 votes on that one. 56% of the people on the birds. 44% of them on the Rams. That's about what I thought. Slight lean to Philly, but that hook is a little nerve-wracking. But Birds the better team. They are. They still might be the best team in football. I hate to say it. Gonna knock their ass off in Dallas, though. Atlanta, Carolina, division battle. Falcons, 5.5-point road favorites. Total 44. Brad, what we doing?
I'm laying it. I'm going to lay it. This spread just keeps jumping. I think it's for a good reason. I kind of had some high hopes for the Panthers, and I think they will improve as the season goes on, but I just don't like this matchup for them. This Panthers defense can't stop the run. Falcons have arguably, some might say the best running back in the league with Bijan. So I think this is a game where Bijan runs all over them. They don't get enough stops, and I feel like this is a game that Carolina's just playing keep up. And through 4 quarters, I think the Falcons will be able to create enough separation to cover the spread. So I'll take Atlanta there.
I'm going to lean towards Carolina. Falcons win 24-20. Total pushes. You better get a half. 24-20 Atlanta. That's the final score. That's the final score, 24-20. That's how I see it playing out. So I think Bijan has a nice day. There's been too many times. It's been too many times I've been on the Atlanta Falcons against the Carolina Panthers, and they don't do it. They don't do it. I'm still scarred from DJ Moore in Atlanta. What was that, last year or 2 years ago? Or 3 years ago? Whenever that was. I'm still scarred.
That was crazy.
That was insane. I'm still scarred. Every time, bro, you get ready to trust the Falcons, land a number, man, they just So they win. They get out here with a win. I did like how they looked on what was that, Monday Night Football? I thought they looked good. but everybody sit downs and watch Monday Night Football, and I think that has them slightly overvalued. Carolina is 0-2, but I don't think they're that bad. Like, I have seen some slight improvement. 24-20. Give me the Panthers. And I think the total pushes, so it's really no lean there. Chris, what's your thoughts?
If I'm picking a side here, I'm taking the Falcons. I just think that the
Is
Panthers
it because your family in Atlanta?
Man, that's a side plot. But for me, the Panthers are still those same lovable losers that we've gotten used to seeing. It's just personal take on the Panthers, fate of the Panthers more than anything else. But I like Drake London anytime touchdown, plus 150, 155. He had 16 catches, 3 touchdowns in 2 games against the Panthers last year. Absolutely crushed them. So I'm going to take Drake London here, anytime touchdown.
Give me if I were to go anytime touchdown on this one, give me. I might sound insane, and I might be reaching. He's been ass, but for that reason, I think they try to force him the ball in the end zone. Give me Xavier Legette.
Oh,
Anytime.
I thought you were gonna say Kyle Pitts.
Nah, hell no. Nah. We got a good sample size of him. Just not.
Like, don't do it.
Nah,
yeah, not bad at plus 430.
You said Legette's at plus 430?
That's not bad.
I like that. Give me Xavier Legette plus 430 anytime touchdown. We'll see. Zawacky, how you feeling?
Definitely, I don't want to lay with 5.5 points with Atlanta on the road. Not at all. This is an Atlanta team that, for some reason, they just love to play in those last-minute games. Who's got the ball? Who's going to kick a field goal? Who's going to win it? We don't see Koo. He got benched for missing a field goal in the last game. So it's just I can't lay 5.5 with Atlanta. I know Carolina's seen slight improvement, but I don't want to lay 5.5 there either. You need Chuba Hubbard to go off, and he hasn't looked so good in his first couple games. He has got a touchdown in the first 2 games in each of them. So you look at his number here, and it's at a plus 100, so they're expecting him to get in it. But I don't think he gets over his rushing yards again. So give me Chuba Hubbard under 55.5 rushing yards. I think this Atlanta defense is going to be able to slow up Chuba Hubbard here in this one and make Young have to use his arm in this spot to be able to beat the Falcons. And if he can't do that, then it probably will be a runaway. So give me Chuba Hubbard under his rushing yards here in this one today.
Community 75% on the Falcons. About 160 votes in that one. Only 25% on the Panthers. Woo! Panthers are dirty dog today. Do the dirty birds beat up on the dirty dog? We will find out. Jets, Bucks. Brad, your team's laying 6.5 points. Total 43.5.
I think that's you, Jay.
It's me?
Yeah.
J-E-T-S. Jets. That's nasty. I know. I had the Jets last week. I hate betting on the Jets, bro. I hate it, fam. It makes my stomach hurt every time I do it. Like, I never bet on the Jets and feel confident. But
because it's sweat every time you bet them. If you're on the Jets, you're sweating, right? As soon as you put the bet in, you're like, oh man, here it goes. Here comes the sweat. I didn't even. It's 2 days before game time. You've already got the bet in on the Jets. You're sitting there going, oh man, here we go.
I'm gonna rock with them here, though, man. I'm gonna rock with the Jets. I think this is a case of too many points. The Bucks are fortunate to be 2-0. Jets 0-2. I just think this is kind of slight overreaction. I know Fields is out, but I don't think there's a huge drop off from Fields to Tyrod. It's a slight drop off, but not majorly. Not like the drop off you would think it is. The offense doesn't change whatsoever. Bucks.
And could I also interest you in a look ahead spot? They got the Eagles next week.
Tampa does.
Yeah.
Again, I never feel comfortable betting the Jets, but I'm gonna hold my nose and do so in this one. Chris, what you think?
It's a lean for me towards the Bucks, just because I'm still not. Every time I see Tyrod Taylor, I know he's a journeyman. I know he's seen plenty of experience as a starting quarterback, but it's like, man, I have no good feelings with Tyrod Taylor. This Bucks offense has shown me more historically, so it's a lean towards the Bucks, but I don't love it.
Zwacky, how are you feeling?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take a Bucky Irving touchdown here in this one. I think the Bucks will be able to get him the ball, and he runs one in for a TD today. His first TD of the year. So give me Bucky Irving. We know we're Bucks dealing with some injuries. We've seen Baker get he got hit a few times in the Monday nighter there, and it's a short week. I wouldn't mind an under here as well. Open 45.5 down to 43.5. I would lean that way. But it's the Bucks home opener. We look at what they've done over the last how many years. They've started 2-0 and then they lose this game. It's just this is a tough game. I would need like 8.5 here. I think to bet I would need at least the 7 on the hook to bet the Jets. Because I could see Baker do the Baker things like he always does. He finds that last drive and he gets it in for the touchdown. Bucks win by 7. Would be my lean. I like the under 43.5. And then, as I said, I like Bucky Irving to get the touchdown here today.
If I'm picking a touchdown scorer in this one, he scored back-to-back weeks. I'm going back to the rook. Going back to the rook. So. All right, let's see what the community did in this one. The community is on the Bucks. 67% of them are on the Bucks. About 100 votes now.
I didn't get my pick out for this one, but
Sorry, my boy Brad.
You are all good. I'm trying to see if Ibuka's playing. I know he's banged up, but I am gonna be on the Jets in this game. Bucks win this game, but I think it's close. Bucks big win week 1 against the Falcons, massive win on Monday night. They're on a short week. Baker's banged up. Ibuka's banged up. They're gonna win this game, but I'm telling you, this one's gonna be closer than a lot of people think. So I'm gonna take the Jets here.
I don't care about no snap count. He getting in that box. Baker love him.
He's a touchdown on this.
Baker loves that man. Raiders, Commanders. We get into the late window. We got the Commanders laying 3. Chris, you're up here.
I think I was initially leaning towards the Raiders, just because I'm still fine with the state of the Raiders. I mean, they've looked good through the first couple games, in my opinion. Especially in that game against the Patriots in week 1. I don't like this Washington team without Jaden Daniels. For me, there's a reason that Marcus Mariota's never really been able to hold on to his starting gig. I think that the Raiders are going to have someone drawn up for him here. Max Crosby's going to live in the backfield. I've seen conflicting reports on who's getting a quarterback gig in Washington right now, but Mariota popped up on my player props read. That's why I said him, but I think the Raiders have a shot to win this game outright. So I'm going to take the Raiders in this one.
Yeah, it's Mariota.
Here's Mariota. Oh yeah,
Mariota. Yeah, I heard I heard a couple different names, but Mariota's the one that popped up on my player prop.
Zwacky.
Yeah, it's Mariota. Yeah, I don't trust Mariota. I'll take the Raiders on the money line here in this one. Then they come into Washington and grab themselves a win. You look, that last game, Brock Bowers, he didn't like that knee brace. I'm telling you, he looked awful in it. He looked awkward in it. But the news is that he'll most likely pay here in this game. I'm back in this one as Bowers. So I'm going to take his receiving prop over, and I think he has himself a good game. I think he scores a touchdown, and I think the Raiders get the win.
Brett.
Yo, give me the Raiders plus the points. I think Max Crosby is going to make Marcus Mariota's life hell here. And honestly, man, even with Jaden Daniels, I mean, the Commanders, I really haven't loved how they look. They looked like shit last week against the Packers. And then week one, even in that win against the Giants, I mean, they put up 21. I mean, against that Giants defense, I don't really think that's even impressive. So I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this Commanders team. They came in with a lot of hype. There's questions now about Daniels' health. It's going to be a knee issue. Those linger. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of selling my stock on the Commanders here at this point in the season. So I'll take the Raiders plus the 3.
I think y'all are insane. I think the Commanders win this game. I think they do it fairly comfortably. This is an NFC championship team versus a non-playoff team. If Jaden Daniels was the starter, what would the line be? 4.5? 5? 6?
6.5.
6.5? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not that. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's good. He's good. I think he's overrated, though. I don't think Mariota's as bad as y'all are trying to portray him to be.
You're right. He's worse.
Nah. Gino's bad. Outside. If this was in a dome, maybe, but he looked bad in the dome last week. The receivers was getting boxed, clamped last week. So I saw the Commanders look good against the Giants, beat them up. Then I'm not too mad at them for losing against the Packers. I already told y'all what my thoughts on the Packers earlier in the show. Do y'all think I just want to come on here and tell y'all the two best teams I've seen thus far in the NFL are the Packers and the Eagles? Don't y'all think those are the two teams I hate the fucking most? But yeah, I'm being completely transparent with y'all. I think those are the two best teams I've seen thus far. Probably throw kind of the Bills in that mix.
I was gonna say you better not leave out
and the
Bills.
Ravens in that mix a little bit. But those two through 2 weeks. So I just think this is an overreaction. I think the Commanders, even with their backup, Mariota's a gamer. Like, bro, Mariota, he's been around the block, man. Been there, done that. I trust him in a spot like this. The Raiders don't scare me, especially outside. If you got some time before this game, look at Gino's numbers outside and inside. And when you look at his numbers when he's outside, you'll be terrified. I'm on the Commanders. And I'm starting season 2.5s pop up. So leaning to the Commanders. And it's a 12 o'clock game. I thought it was 3. All right, we got let's see what the poll did. The poll split kind of 53% on the Commanders. About 143 votes in that one. Interesting. We got the Cardinals and the Niners. Niners 2.5-point home favorites. It's wacky.
And for me here in this one, it's I don't know, the funky line of the week. 49ers being favored. I don't get that at all. They're dealing with so many injuries and they're beat up. Congratulations to start of the year 2-0. Well, here comes your first loss. I'll take Arizona. I think they come rolling into San Francisco and get themselves a win. I just don't trust that offense. You're dealing with a bunch of injuries. I don't think you'll be able to keep up with this Cardinals team that can score some points. I think they do here. They come into San Fran, score some points, get themselves a win in this big divisional battle. I wouldn't blame anybody if they wanted to take the under 45.5 in this divisional game. Give me the Cards to grab the win.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm on the under 2. I mean, Mac Jones, still not a guy I'm really ready to trust at this point. And I think the Niners defense could do enough to limit Kyler Murray. This Niners team is rolling into this one knowing, hey, if we're going to win this game, it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. So like an under, maybe a lean towards the Cardinals plus 2.5, but my favorite play is going to be the under in this one.
I think the line's exactly where it's supposed to be. I think if Purdy was the starter, it would be Niners minus 3.5. He's worth about a point. And then you factor in home teams in the NFL typically get 3. They're not getting 3 here, so neutral field. Arizona would be small home favorite, or a small neutral favorite. And that's pretty much how I see this game. I see the Cardinals as slightly the better team. We saw them go into San Francisco. We saw them beat San Francisco last year to close out the season. I think they do it again here. I know Arizona has had the easiest schedule to start the season with the Panthers and the Saints. You can't really ask for an easier schedule than that. But I'm not afraid of this current Niners offense. I'm just not afraid of them. You know, they didn't look that good against the Saints either. They won and stuff, but I think the Cardinals right here, right now, are the better football team. Getting points I like, and I'm not mad at anybody attacking the outright money line plus money spot with AZ. Chris?
Yeah, seriously, nothing for me in this game. I just can't get a good feel for it. Kyler Murray as an underdog has been really, really good in his career. I think in his career, he's got actually, I think, the best ATS mark as an underdog. But the 49ers, have just been, the better team so far. I think Mac Jones is really finding himself in this 49er offense. They've also failed to cover. I think they've actually lost 5 straight. Sorry, they failed to cover in 5 straight home games against the division. So it's just there's really nothing for me here. No edge in this one. So I'm gonna leave this one alone.
Let's see what the community did here. The community 55% on the Cardinals plus the points. About 120 votes in that one. Next game up, we got the Saints and the Seahawks. Seahawks 7.5-point home favorites. Brad, what you thinking?
Yeah, it's gross. I'm going to be on the Saints though. I actually like the Saints kind of a lot here. Sam Darnold, I feel like the book's out on him. You just pressure Sam Darnold and he's going to struggle. And I think the Saints know that rolling in. I mean, this is another game similar to the Packers-Browns game. You see a total of 41.5 here. I think in this situation, it's always better to take the points, especially if you're getting over a touchdown. So, I know it's gross. I know Spencer Rattler's not a guy you typically want to trust, but in what I think is going to be a lower scoring game, and to put it frankly, I'm definitely not laying 7.5 with Sam Darnold. I'd rather have the points here with the Saints.
Chris, can you go for me real quick? I got to do something. Sorry.
I'm gonna take the Saints and the Seahawks in this one. Give me the Spencer Rattler interception. Actually, give me both quarterbacks for an interception in this game, but I still think the Seahawks are just a far better team. I think the Saints have the worst quarterback room in the NFL, so it's not what I'm rushing to bet. There's a couple spots here where it's just like I would only bet the Seahawks just because of fate of the Saints more than anything else, but that's just personal preference. Rod?
And for here in this one, you know what? I think we see some offense here in this one. Total open, 43.5 down to 41. I think it's just a touch light. We know Seattle's able to move the ball, and I think Spencer Rattler's able to do enough here to score some points. I like the over here in a game that I think is kind of torn. We've seen sharps on the under, and then I think we see some bigger money coming in on the over, thinking it's a touch light here that has come down too far now, and I think it has. I'm going to take the over. I think we see some points in this matchup to get us over the total here, Saints and Seahawks.
A lot of time in the NFL, man, if it's ugly and you don't want to be there, it's because that's where you're supposed to be. And I feel like we all are like, lay it over a touchdown with Sam Darnold. If there ever was a spot to do it, it's here, though. At home, 12th man going up against the worst team in the NFL. If there was ever a spot to do it, it's here. The Saints team is a bad football team way up in the north. Seattle is the better football team, and it wouldn't surprise me. Rattler has looked surprisingly good first 2 games of the year for his standards, but this is still a guy that has yet to win a game. I think he's now 0-9. in his career. Like the Saints don't, they just don't have the talent this year. And I could see this being a competitive game early, and then Seattle kind of just leans on them as the game goes by. 12th man start to get loud, and the Saints kind of falter in the end. And would it really surprise y'all if the Seahawks, if you look at your phone later today, 31-10 Seattle? Would you really be shocked? 31-10? Would you be shocked? Or would you be like, the Saints are bad. The Saints are who we thought they were. The Saints are the worst team in the NFL. So I told y'all there's two potential beatdowns today, like just beatdown. And it's Packers, Browns, Seattle. I think I just got a gut feeling Packers, Browns is going to be the one that's close. Seattle, New Orleans is going to be the one that's a beatdown. I'll lay it. It's up and over a touchdown for a reason. I'll lay it. Fuck. Come on, Sam Darnold. I'm usually a hater, but I think you can do enough today. And the Saints, let me think. Who they play week 1? Who the Saints play week 1?
I actually don't know.
I forgot who they played week 1. Let me see.
They played the Cardinals
at home in New Orleans, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, now this is their first real game of the season too, outside the Superdome. Fuck no. Let's get it done, Seahawks. Let's see what the community thought here. The community thought 60% of them are on the Seahawks laying the points. Okay. Ooh. Let's talk some football, man. Let's talk some goddamn football. Show could go on another 30 minutes if y'all wanted to. Another 45. We got the Cowboys on the road laying 1.5 on the Bears. I forgot the order. Sorry. Y'all remember it?
That's you.
I start?
Yep.
All right, cool. I can take a break for like 10 minutes.
I mean, bro. Do I even need to say anything? Like, the Bears are some shit, fam. And that's just the long and short of it. The long and short of it, the Bears are some shit. And I've fallen for the Bears hype back-to-back weeks. So these are two teams I can tell you I have watched all 120 minutes of their games. I've watched every single snap for both of these two teams. My Cowboys opened the season up on Thursday night against the Eagles, watched that entire thing. That same week, the Bears were on Monday night, sat there, watched that entire thing against the Vikings. Last week, my top play of the week was the Bears against the Lions. I sat there and watched them get their fucking brains beat in. And, of course, y'all know I watched my Cowboys against the Giants. What a crazy game that was. So I've watched every single snap for both of these two teams. I told y'all early in the week the line didn't even make no sense with the Bears being a favorite. It just didn't make any sense. I told you if you like the boys, grab them early. Grab them right now as an underdog. The line don't even make sense. Everybody has pretty much come in and beat the Cowboys now to a favorite. It has crossed through 0. I think a lot of the public is on the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of the sharps are on the Bears. This is, in my opinion, the most public versus sharp game of the day. We're in week 3 now, though. Sharps don't really watch the games, man, and they're betting numbers. The public does, man, and I think this is one the public get the sharps. I'm on my boys in this one. Let me read y'all a couple stats, bro. Just a couple of stats right quick. To let me remind y'all who the fuck Dak Prescott is. Like, people be forgetting, fam. Like, and that's what be making me mad about the whole thing. So Dak in his career is 39-12 against teams below 500. We don't lose to bad teams, bro. I know my team. We do not lose to bad teams. 39-12 against teams below 500 in his career. 24-6 in his career when playing a team that lost by 9 the game before, 9 or more the game before. He's 14-3 since 2020 against teams below 500. Man, I don't see the path here for the Bears. Now, let me talk some bad about my Cowboys. The defense hasn't looked great. Russell Wilson dotting us up is kind of concerning. But ask yourself, do you really believe that Caleb Williams is going to do the same thing? I don't. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what nobody say. There's no signs to support that he is, except for the Dallas defense has been bad. But he would have to be good in some capacity, and I have yet to see that. I'm sorry. I think the Cowboys can run the football. I think the Cowboys can pass the football. Look at the Bears numbers they've given up over 2 weeks. Look at the Dallas offensive production numbers. I'm on the boys. Short, sweet, simple. Chris?
I'm going to lean towards the Cowboys. I don't love it. I was initially looking at the Bears early in the week just because the line looked funky, but until the Cowboys show me until the Bears show me something, I got to roll Cowboys. Just the more trustworthy offense, more trustworthy team. But it's not really saying a whole lot. So lean towards the Cowboys for me in this one.
Whack.
All right, for me here in this one, it's got to be done. I'm going to take the Bears here at home. Bear down, Chicago Bears, make every play clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears, put up a fight with might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation with your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois, Chicago Bears. Bear down. I'll take the Bears here in this one. I know what Dallas does on the road. They love to shoot themselves in the foot. This line's telling you all you need to know. The better team only laying on 1.5 here. Bears haven't been great at Soldier Field. They end their losing streak here in Soldier Field. Both defenses have been awful to start the year, giving up plenty of passing yards. Caleb Williams here in this one. Going to go with a GM, and then he can hand it off to Swift, and he runs it right up the middle. You know how I love Swift, so I like Swift here in the spot to have himself a good game. And the Bears get the job done. Give me the Bears here in this spot.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear anything that would support the Bears except for the Dallas Cowboys aren't good on the road. And
look at that. The Dallas defense is awful.
And
except
for the other thing you said was, the line tells you what you need to know. I already explained that. This is the fake sharp game of the week. All the fake sharps are on the Bears. There's no evidence to support the Bears. There's none. I looked. There's none. No evidence. None.
I'm on the boys. Give me the Cowboys here. I mean, you got two teams. Both teams have terrible defenses. We know that. But honestly, I trust Dak. I trust this Cowboys offense more than the Bears. Yeah, I mean, Jay kind of told you everything you need to know there. I truly think the Bears are the sharp chaser special. Public are winning today. Give me the boys.
Y'all can take the Bears. Anybody can take the Bears. I've been waiting for a legitimate argument from anybody all week on why they like the Bears. And I've yet to hear a good one. That's all I'm saying. Most of the people that are on the Bears here are playing the number. And I ain't mad at that. I play the number all the time. So I hear that argument. But
I'll take the Bears up to 2.5, where it was earlier. They were laying the point, right? That line flipped. Yeah. I like the Bears 2.5. I think they win by a field goal. Comes right down to it.
That's fair. All right. Let's keep it rolling. Did I put a poll up for this one? I was yapping. I don't even know if I put a poll up.
Did you get the poll?
I did. 67% on Dallas. That's the biggest results of the show so far. 180 votes. 67% on the boys. They with me. Okay, y'all with me today. Let's get it done, public. Oh, Chris, they attacking us, man. We ain't had them in a minute.
Troll in the chat. Get him.
I ain't seen them boys in a minute.
It's okay. I got 'em.
We got Broncos, Chargers. Chargers 2.5-point home favorites, total 45.5. Chris, what you doing?
Defensive showdown here. Taking the under. Taking the Chargers as well. But like I said, two teams that pride themselves on playing strong defense. I just think that last week against the Colts, it's a bit of an anomaly for the Broncos. I think that if they're going to want to win this game, they're going to have to try to bring out the defense, try to slow down Justin Herbert. But the Chargers are no joke either. I think this is going to be just an ugly, low-scoring battle. So give me the under that the Chargers win.
Zwack.
Yeah, we think both the defenses shine here in this game. Both defenses have been good to start the year. Almost exactly. Let's see. Chargers have been just slightly better. Definitely going to miss Khalil Mack there on the defensive line, but Chargers deep in depth on that line, as we've seen. When Khalil Mack went out, they still got plenty of guys to plug and play in that one. Defense has only given up both sides. They look Chargers giving up 58% passing completion. Denver giving up 56. So moving the ball through the air going to be really tough. I think there is a possibility you can move the ball on the ground. So because both these defenses stop on the run, they're average 4.6 yards. But the problem is the Chargers have no run. It's all going to be used on Herbert's arm, and I think he's able to pick apart Denver and move the ball down the field in close divisional battle. I'm with Chris. Give me the under here in this one. Long drives that end in field goals.
I'm with you. Okay, give me the under as well. We all know hardball style of play, likes to run, play good defense, and we know the Broncos' identity as well. I kind of called in the beginning of the season for a bit of a Bo Nix sophomore slump. I kind of feel like it's happening, So I think this is going to be a close game. I think it's going to be tight, but overall, I think it's pretty low scoring. So give me an under there.
I have faded the Chargers 2 weeks in a row. We know how that's turned out. I'm not really rushing to do so here, although I do think the Broncos are the right play. The Chargers coming in 2-0, solid wins. Broncos coming in off an ugly loss to the Colts. It's a division game, and teams that I forgot the stat, but it's like teams that are 0-2 ATS on the road in a division game is like extremely profitable. So something like that. I should probably do better with my trends. But for me, trends, they just support my argument. That's all they do. I like the size that I like already, and then I kind of just look for more information to support my argument. It's kind of what I do. And I'm leaning Broncos here. I just think it's a bounce back week for them. I wish I was getting a full 3, but I would lean 2.5. All right. Let's see what the community thought here. The community, 67% of them are on the chat. Just take the chat. Chiefs, Giants, same shit. Chiefs laying 6, Sunday Night Football, total 45.5. Zwacky, how you feeling?
I'm going to take the Giants. That's how we're feeling. Casey looks awful. Defensively, they haven't been good. Maybe stopping the run. I'll give it to them there. They've been good at stopping the run. But getting picked apart in that secondary, yes. They've been getting up 71% pass completions. And that's been equating to, over 10 yards per catch, over 7.1 yards per attempt. And, yeah, the Giants, hey, they can throw the ball. Averaging 13.1 yards per catch, 7.4 yards per attempt. Giants be able to pick apart this Chiefs secondary and able to keep this close if they don't outright the Chiefs and make them 0-3 to start the year. You're the Giants here on Sunday Night Football, plus the points.
Man, you are crazy, Ron. That's wild. I don't know, man. I feel like the Chiefs, you lose week 1 to the Chargers, you lose week 2 to the Eagles. I faded them in both those games, but now they go and play the Giants. You know, they arguably played two of the best teams in the NFL. I'm not saying those two teams are the best teams, but definitely upper tier teams. And now you got the Giants. You got a pissed off Chiefs team that just got pushed to death last week. I think they come in here pissed off and they put a beating on this Giants team. I'm fine laying the 6. I think a double result. I don't know if you guys play those, but double result, they have to be up at half and they have to win the game. You get that at plus 100. I think that's a good play as well. But overall, Chiefs all day here.
I'm on the Chiefs, bro. Everybody saw the Giants look all right against the Cowboys, even though our defense some shit. You know who defense ain't some shit? The Chiefs. Rod just slightly glossed over the fact that the Chiefs only gave up 100 passing yards last week. I mean, when you're stacking the box trying to stop the run, like you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think Herbert just was great. He played solid, but I didn't think he was great. Like, I think the Chiefs defense shuts down the Giants this week. I think Mahomes gets back to regular schedule business. This is a dominant Chiefs win against a bad football team. That's just my thought process. Whoop-de-doo. They lost two weeks in a row. Whoop-de-doo. This is a team that's only lost 4 games over the last 2 years. I think they beat the brakes out the Giants. Good performance last week. Giants still amounted to an L. And I think this Chiefs defense is much better than my Cowboys defense. So it just comes down to, do you trust the Chiefs offense enough to lay 6?
No, I do not.
And I think you're insane.
Who's he throwing to?
I think you're insane, right?
His weapons around him are like, is all of a sudden Mahomes going to get up and run? Is he going to be Mr. I don't think so. They haven't got a running game going all season long. I don't think it's going to start here.
They don't need to.
I think the Chiefs are going to, after this, can hit the panic button after they go 0-3.
They got the best quarterback.
Panic button. They may have the best quarterback.
Y'all tell me Dak is ass. That's what y'all be telling me. I just saw him dice up this Giants defense last week. So I think it's fair to say Mahomes, who I think is the best quarterback in the league, can do the same. That's all I'm saying. Chiefs. Chris?
There is 0 way in hell I am laying 6 points with the Kansas City Chiefs. 0.
We're split.
0.
We need a decider.
Yeah. You know how many times the Chiefs have covered in their last 8 games as a favorite of 6 or more points? That looks sus, but I don't care. 0.
Sus as hell.
0. Patrick Mahomes. Oh, yeah. I don't care if I catch heat for this. As a big favorite, you can win games. Cool. But when Mr. Swift, just complain on the sideline, he's going to have more to complain about this week. I wouldn't be surprised if the
Bro, like, is this what y'all want to do, fam? Y'all want to fade the Chiefs 0-2? Like,
I'm not saying these.
Bro,
I'm
the Chiefs, like,
I'm just saying everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes,
bro,
there's no way."
Y'all overreact. Like, y'all overreacting. Y'all acting like the sky is falling. Like, this is the Chiefs. This is a team that lost 1 game last year, and y'all sitting here talking about the Giants. The Giants.
All right, that's what we're gonna do.
I watched their own tight end run into their own guy and separate his shoulder. That's how bumbly the Chiefs looked. Good job. You injured your own guy.
Last week, though, when they had 30 penalties in the first half. Like,
yeah, Chiefs are good, notorious
one of the
for
worst
shooting
coach
themselves in the
teams
foot
against one of the best coach teams. Like,
you got to have some guys there that can score for you, though. That's the big problem. Mahomes is one man. He's still got to have a team effort. And Pacheco's not that guy. He's been awful. They're missing some weapons. I'm telling you, the Chiefs are going to need to make some trades for some offensive guys, or they're in trouble this year.
All right, bro. They come up and put 45 tonight on the Giants. Then what?
What if they put 0 on the Giants and go 0-3? Then what? You hit the panic button?
Chiefs aren't losing.
No way. Hell.
It's not happening.
55% are on the Chiefs. 45% are on the Giants. Man, that is the NFL for the day.
15-2.
That's the NFL for the day, ladies and gentlemen.
What did they go last year? 15-2.
I believe so.
10 of those wins came by 7 points or less.
And there was 5 that were more than 7.
Yeah, by 13 against the Chiefs. Sorry, against the Saints. Sorry, 10 against the 49ers. 8 against the Texans, 14 against the Browns, 19 against the Steelers.
And those are all Giants level teams. Like, this is going to be one of the ones that are. They're going to win close games too, but they're also going to win.
That. Remember the Raiders, who were absolute trash last year? They won by 7 in Vegas and by 2 at home against the Raiders. They beat the Carolina Panthers, who had the first overall pick, by 3 fucking points. Get this shit out of there.
Buy low on the Chiefs.
Fucking Kermit's going to go have to fucking diddle Miss Piggy after this.
This is going to be one of them games where I'm going to lay the script out. You know Taylor at the game today in the Meadowlands in New York. You know she there. This one of them where Kelsey comes and avenges himself for dropping that pick in the end zone touchdown. Give me Travis Kelsey, not 1, but 2 touchdowns tonight. 2 of them things for big Kels today. They're gonna pan the camera to Taylor. Sunday Night Football too. Like, come on, bro, y'all don't see this, bro.
You're
this one of them games where it's nasty, where it's like, all right, bro. It's one of them. Like, y'all don't see the script.
He's gonna be coming off the field like holding his mouth guard and ripping his chin straps off
and pulling a tantrum, the usual Kermit tantrum. Another.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll see.
I needed to wake up this morning. That woke me up.
I did too. Sometimes y'all help me see the board more clearly. You know, like,
and Chris is early and he's arguing the Giants. Yes, love it.
Like sometimes, I'll be sitting there with myself, I'll be overthinking it, and then I talk to y'all and they'll be like, oh yeah, so people are on the Giants for real. Yeah. Give me the Chiefs. We'll see. All right, man. That's NFL for the day. It's kind of a long show. We'll head to baseball. Any thoughts on baseball today, Chris?
I have one play that I really love. Let me look at the board quickly and see. I do like the Brewers. Freddie P. I think he shuts down the Cardinals here. I think Matthew Liberatore are going to struggle, and I think that the Blue Jays at least salvage something. They have to. The thing is that the Blue Jays, when they struggle, they usually don't stay down for long. I thought yesterday was going to be the bounce back spot, and it wasn't. But I think they bounced back today behind you, Savage. I think that he's been every bit as good as advertised up to this point. Michael Wacha, he's been getting crushed in some of his recent outings. Dodgers run line, I think the Giants are washed. I think they're done. I think they're cooked. Under Seattle, Houston, and give me the Phillies money line.
Zwacky, anything you got today?
Yeah, I think you just keep auto betting the Guardians. He's just been rolling along, so he's just like, oh, Cleveland's playing today. I'll bet the Guardians. Well, they won 14 of the last 15, so give me Cleveland there. They want that win to make it close with the big divisional matchup with the Tigers coming up this week. So I'll take the Guardians there. I'm with Chris. I think Toronto salvages something. They can feel the Yankees coming. They need a win. The Savage here looked real good in his first outing. I also take his over strikeout prop. It's pretty low. It's only at 4.5. So I think he can get 5 Ks there against the Royals. So like the under in that game. And then one more. Give me Seattle beating up on Houston. Seattle's rolling along. They can feel the division and finally overthrow the Astros as division leaders. So give me Seattle over Houston today.
Right.
Yeah, man. Shout out the Guards. I'll take them again in this one. Also, a team I've been riding this weekend has been the Reds. I took them all 3 games, cashed every single one of them. I'm taking them again, especially with my boy Abbott on the mound. Game just means so much more to them. Let's see. Rockies slight favorite? Ooh. Lean towards the Rockies, and I'll do it.
No baseball for me.
Not even the Rangers.
ISO. Yeah. But we ain't done yet. We still got 2 games left. We're in the WNBA playoffs with it. Y'all know I can't forget my dub, man. Aces 8.5-point home favorites. I don't know if it's 153 or 163. Hold on, let me see. It is. I put them both for me.
163.
I guess 163.
165 now. Actually, okay, if you really want it, it went up. It's up to 165.
And we have Mercury, Lynx 7.5-point home favorites, total 157. Zawak, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I'll grab the Fever plus the points. The Aces, hey, they've had their winning streak snap. They were rolling along there. But if you look at the last 2 matchups head to head between these two, the Fever won those games outright against the Aces. And that was without Caitlin Clark in both of those games. We know we're not going to see Caitlin Clark in this one. So they've already beat the Aces twice in back-to-back games. And you're going to give me 8.5. I'll take the 8.5 here with the Fever. And then the Lynx are always notorious slow starters. So I would grab the Mercury in the first half, but I like the under in that one. So give me the Fever plus the points and the under in the Lynx game.
Brett?
Yeah, I'll roll the Fever plus the points. Just think it's too many.
I'm going to lean towards the Fever as well. I don't love it, though. I'm going to be honest. The reason I don't love it is because I feel like those 2 wins against the Aces were like right before the Aces turned into the Aces. So it's like, that makes me a little nervous. The Fever, they're not the same team on the road that they are at home. When we get to Indiana in this series, I will for sure be on the Fever. Today, while I like them, I don't love them, if you follow me. So it's probably going to be a sweat. Lean Fever. The Lynx have just earned my respect at home this year. They just be beating the hell out of everybody at home. And Mercury coming off the 3-game series on the road. I think they will compete in this series. I just don't think today is the day. Give me the Lynx. Nafisa Collier got robbed for MVP. She's going to be mad. Give me the Lynx. Shout out Aja Wilson for winning MVP, though, by the way, 4 times. Shout out to you, Aja. Well deserved.
She's LeBron.
Well deserved for Aja, but Collier got robbed. Chris.
I'm leaning towards both favorites today, but if I had to pick a favorite that I like more, it's the Aces. I think Jay, hit the nail on the head. The Fever, their wins over the Aces came before the Aces became the Aces that, rode a 16-game win streak into the playoffs. And both wins for the Fever came in Indiana. It's been a home-dominated series this year. So I think the Aces, they don't want to fall flat in the opener, given how the Fever can easily turn this series on its head. So I'll go with the Aces laying the 8.5.
Aces choked this game away at home. Like, if the Fever were to somehow pull us out money line, it'd be over. Because the Fever at home are just a different team, monster and animal. Like, they be tripping in Indiana. Both sports, like NBA and WNBA, they be tripping. It's the same folks, same people. Same reason I love the Pacers is the same reason I love the Fever. You feel me? So, all right, fellas, we did it, man. We covered it all. We broke it down. It was a little longer show today, but it's okay. I love that on a Sunday, man. Ain't no better place I'd rather be than right here talking some sports before we make some money on a money-making Sunday. We talked about it all, man. Broke them all down, but our favorite plays are over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Chris, what you got going on over there this weekend, my man, or today?
Yeah, for me today, it's my NFL play of the week. Got the play that I really like on the board today, and I also got that as part of a 3-pack from the NFL, as well as my MLB pick-off play. So 4 plays in total for me today. I'm just really locking in on the games that I really love from today's card. So, pair me up with Jay, Rod, Brad, pair all of us up. You use that multi-capper promotion, whatever you choose to do, though. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase.
Hop on with Chris and continue to kick the crap out of the books, ladies and gentlemen. What you got going on today, Rod?
I'm over at Pick Dawgz Premium today. Hey, I got a nice little 5-pack. 3 in the morning, slate 2 in the afternoon. Gets you that 5-pack, and then I got my best bet of the day in the NFL as a standalone today. So 6 plays over there. I got 1 MLB for long-term subscribers and 1 WNBA play as well. So definitely the long-term pass is the way to go this time of year with all those sports overlapping. And you can see we've been hot last month. Stacking the units. So it's that time of year to jump aboard the long-term pass. 30-day pass gets you right through the first couple of weeks of the NHL season as well. So, hey, take advantage. 2 for 1, 3 for 1, 4 for 1. Pair us all up that you see on the show for a 30-day pass and make it a winning one. I think all 4 of us heat up and crush the books. So, 2 for 1. Don't forget to get checked out as well.
Hop on with Zawak. Make it a great day. Brad, what you got going on?
Yes, sir. Got 3 plays, all 3 in the NFL. So, purchase my 3-pack, get all those plays. Of course, I got my pick of the day as well, $25 over at the site. Super confident in it. So, yeah, like everyone said, team me up with all these guys. Use promo code PICK. Let's make some money this Sunday.
Bon Brad wins bets and do exactly that, ladies and gentlemen. For me today, I got a pretty big card. I'm probably going to end up with like 8 or 9 plays total between WNBA and the NFL. I really like today. I've been telling y'all all week. Week 1, I had a really good NFL week. Last week, I got tucked in behind the woodshed. So that means this week, I'm probably going to sweep the board. I'm just being 100% honest with y'all. I'm probably going to sweep the board. So at least that's how confident I am. If you believe that confidence, hop on with me over at Pick Dawgz Premium. I don't want tomorrow to be one of those days where I'm like flying sky high, like, man, what a day yesterday was. And y'all like, I should have rolled with Jay. I'm telling y'all. Sundays are, especially around this time of year, is when I do damage. And I think today is one of those days. Talking with everybody I've talked with all week, some of the greatest minds mixed with mine, mixed with my homework. I really believe I'm in all the right places today. So I got a top play. I got a 3-pack in the early window. I have a plus money underdog. I have a little bit of everything. So let's make it a winning day. Make it a profitable one. Pair me up with one of the guys. Let's kick the crap out of the books today, ladies and gentlemen. Parlay time. Parlay. Chris, what you got for us?
Let's go with the Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown, Daniel Jones interception, and the under in Rams Eagles.
Swag.
And for me, we're going to go to, let's see. We'll take the Rams plus the points. We'll take the Jags on the money line. Then we'll throw in the under in that first half. The 21 of the first half there. Where did I Eagles, or was there Eagles Rams under first half? No, it was. Sorry,
it Cardinals Niners?
Apologies. Cardinals Niners. Yeah, that was it. Cards and Niners under first half. Throw that one in there.
I'm gonna go. Give me Chiefs laying the 6 and under in Broncos Chargers.
I'm gonna go Eagles, Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, 3-team. Eagles, Browns, Kansas City Chiefs. Oh. All right, let's make it a winning day. Appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Smash that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Favorite plays are over at PickDawgz Premium. Oh, let me tell y'all who y'all circle plays were for the week. Community voted circle plays. You guys are on the Ravens, laying the 4.5, or hold on. I don't know if these lines are correct, but it's right. Y'all are on the Ravens. Y'all are on the Cowboys. Y'all are on the Bucks, the Saints, and the Titans. Y'all went 3-2 last week, 1-4 in week 1. These are y'all's picks, community driven. These are not from none of us. This is completely from the community. We put out a poll early in the week, and you guys just vote. And these are the top 5 votes: Ravens, Cowboys, Bucks, Saints, Titans. Let's make it a winning day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow. Me, Costi, Jeremy, Chris, recap of the weekend. Let's talk some Monday Night Football, some baseball, some WNBA, talk about it all. So be there or be square. Don't be square today. And don't be a fake sharp either. Lay out, man. See y'all soon. We out here.